Welcome to Brand You,
the ultimate personal branding podcast.
I'm Kaz Grant.
And I'm Toby Lee.
Together, we're here to help demystify personal branding
and to make it accessible and effective for everyone.
Follow along as we guide you through creating your own personal branding journeys.
So, let's get started.
Let's brand you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Brand You podcast. We'd like to thank again our sponsors, Spark House, for supporting the podcast. If you're looking for an office space in the centre of Lincoln, be sure to check them out in the show notes below.
In today's episode, we're talking about, is your personal brand future-proof?
So, what does that mean? Because I feel like it's something that people post about a lot, we read about a lot. Make sure you're future-proof, business, what you're doing. But I think this is quite a good topic if you're trying things to build your personal brand that perhaps maybe going to generate short-term results, but actually we need to be looking at long-term results, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Get clear on what your longer-term goals are, as well as shorter-term ones that you can kind of hit off the bat with it. But again, personal branding is all about the longer-term gains. You'll very rarely kind of go on for a month on your personal brand, stay consistent, and then after a month, you'll see a return of anyway. So it almost future-proofing it is looking at it over the long term. Is it going to help you hit those long-term goals as you go along? But also, is it going to do that without you chasing those short-term wins with it?
Yeah.
Not getting too focused on, the likes, going viral, all of that kind of instant win kind of stuff where you think, oh, I'm doing really well or I'm really not. Actually, none of that matters short term. If you want to future-proof it, you need to be thinking about long-term value that you're offering and those long-term relationships that you're building and cultivating with it. So I think that's what we mean by future-proofing it, looking longer term than instant virality or instant likes, instant hits of things.
Because it can be so tempting, can't it, to kind of see a trend and think, well, everyone else is jumping on the bandwagon, I should as well, or if you're looking to grow your audience with some pace, to kind of think, well, this is the best way to do it. But whilst you might get followers in the short term, they're not going to be the people that you want in your audience long term. They're not the community you're trying to build necessarily, are they?
Yeah, so trends are cool and they're fine and it might help you to be part of the narrative, but some of them might not. So again, it's looking at it strategically and thinking, if I do this trend and, create something along the lines of that trend, well, first of all, we spoke about this just before, but you're already too late because by the time it's trending, you're probably not going to be one of the first ones that it's trending for, so you won't get much traction with it. But will that trend speak to your ideal audience in a way that you want to speak to that ideal audience about? How, why? So if it is, then great, do the trend, have a bit of fun with it, jump on it. But actually, if it's nothing to do with speaking to your ideal audience or your long-term goals, probably instead of recreating that trend, could you put your time and energy into creating something that is you? That only you're doing.
I think that's a great point, because I think sometimes there's a bit of a cringe factor when you click on a business's Instagram and they're doing TikTok kind of style trend videos, but it just feels so unrelated to the rest of their branding. It's not that they shouldn't be doing it or they shouldn't be sharing it, because I think sharing that human side of your business and your employees having fun, that's brilliant. We need to share those things. But sometimes it just doesn't fit in with the rest of what you're sharing, what you're trying to be online, so it's trying to just make sure it fits in.
Then you've got kind of a law firm or something, or a lawyer. It's serious, lawyer stuff, serious, random trend.
TikTok dance.
Not aligned to anything. You've never done it before. But I thought that would go viral. Out of place. But actually, if every Friday you shared like a lawyer fun reel or something, and it was tied into, again, what you do, what you offer, or something, the narrative ties in, then actually maybe that's fine. You might not go crazy with it, you might not, again, go viral, but it plays in with what you're creating and the story that you're telling over time. Because we do actually at Quirk, I do a one every Friday to try and keep it lighthearted and just do something maybe a bit funnier, maybe a bit less serious in the mix of things. But again, it's aligned to, it's about personal branding. There's something in it. There's a lesson. There's something that is talking to our ideal audience, our ideal clients. There's something that's aligned to it.
Yeah, and on a previous episode with regards to putting like personal things into your content, you gave the advice of like 1 in 3, didn't you? Of like, was it 1 in 3 the ratio?
Yeah, 1 in 3.
But like, you know, every 3 posts, let's do something personal. It's maybe not business related, and I think that ratio probably kind of typically works for the more viral trending sensations as well. If you are going to fit in, sometimes I, if I follow a business, even on like LinkedIn or something, and they post a video, and there's in the thumbnail you see there's a face there talking to camera. And I instantly go, oh, I want to watch that. But then they're just lip syncing some quote or something. And it's like, oh, no, I really wanted to hear from that individual about whatever they might have to share, you know, because there is a want and need to kind of connect with people who you either haven't met before or you didn't expect to show up on your feed that day because you didn't think they would be the kind of person to do a speaking to camera video. And then I'm always like, oh, no, it's just a...
Yeah.
It's just a
but again, if you then got in the flow with it, if they did have then from that, you were like, oh, what's that? And then you scrolled off that onto another piece of content from them, and they were actually, again, speaking to you, you were their ideal audience, you were connected. That would then work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then again, you'd be like, oh, yeah, they are really funny, actually. They'd be fun to work with. That was quite humorous. But now they also actually know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They know exactly, like they are the expert in this field. I'm going to go to them. Because not only are they going to make me feel comfortable, not stupid, but also because they've got that fun side about them, but also they know what they're talking about.
So as long as they're not hiding behind... So, well, here's a challenge. So if you're hiding behind these kind of lip sync videos, you're showing your face now, but you're hiding behind getting on one of these trends, please just follow it up with some sort of valuable video at some point.
Yeah. Because it's great to have a mix as well. Like sometimes it is good to have a mix.
I'm not saying we can't have fun.
Yeah. And if that's aligned to your goals and who you want to portray yourself as well, that's great. Lip sync, do the crazy dances, do whatever, if that ties into the narrative. But again, it's that. So I guess it ties down to individuals, doesn't it, in a way? Like if you are that type of person and that is your personality that would be great, people would expect on a viral, on a trend or something like that, then go for it, do them, be them. If that is so against your character, your personal brand, your goal, anything you want to achieve and who you really are at your core, then really doing that is just adding to the fakery of you. It's not gaining people's trust or respect or anything. It's just showing you as fake, and people are going to see a disconnect with that. So you need your content to be more you and timeless, as opposed to just what's trendy and in the moment right now and all the kids are doing.
I guess the point of having a social online presence is to build authenticity, isn't it? And trust in you and what you do. It's got to back up what your business venture is about. So I agree with you there that like you don't want to do stuff that's just going to take away or feel like you're like trying to emotionally buy people by making them laugh. Do you know what I mean? Like buy their interest or buy their follow because you did some funny sort of viral style video.
And again, they go and then work with you and meet you in person, and you're like the most boring person ever.
Super serious.
Super serious, really dull, really boring. And it's like, that's fine if that's what you portray and that's your personal brand. People will go to you because they know you're serious and you're on it and all the rest. But if you've tried to be the funny viral man, woman, whoever, and then they come and see you and you're not that, it's like, oh.
Well, and it's also trying to find your own unique way of being funny, isn't it? Like be inspired by these things, but don't necessarily like have to copy them just for the sake of maybe getting a couple of views. Have you come across the drip cake guy?
No, what's the drip cake?
I don't know if we'll keep this in or whether it's funny or not. He makes drip cakes. You know, like the one where it all,
then it'll drip.
Like the chocolate's all coming out. Like he makes this amazing like 4-tier cakes. But his videos are him going, oh, I've been asked to make another effing drip cake, and God, I hate drip cakes. And as he's doing all the piping, and it's him moaning for like 60 seconds while he's making this drip cake. And then at the end, he'll say something like, "Oh, it's actually not bad, is it?" Or something like that. But he's like seething all the way through it. And, you know, the amount of times I've kind of come across his videos going, "Oh, God, he really hates these. He's serious, you know, he's genuine." But clearly he's just found his funny spin on something and way of doing things. And like, but there's so much personality, and like he's memorable, and he's you know, and I'm going to want to share and tell people about him, you know, because it's funny, and his cakes do look amazing, you know. So yeah, it's trying to find that challenge of like, that's kind of timeless in a way. It's not a trend that's going to go out of fashion because he's kind of come up with it. And it's timeless that even if he evolves to not do that kind of spin on videos in the future, when you scroll back on his thing, it's going to kind of fit in with him still and his brand and what he's about.
And I'd love to know his backstory with that, like whether he was literally just doing a cake and moaning and his missus came in and was like, "God, you're always moaning about this."
Yeah.
That would be funny. That's what you want to show the world. And he was like, "Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah, let's do that." And then literally he was like, "Oh, I got loads of traction on that one. Maybe I'll do another one."
That's it, yeah.
And again, that was just his personality, and he showed it, the real side of it.
Yeah.
Because normally, what would cake people do? They'd be like, "Oh, I don't want to show the moaning side of it because then no one will buy my cake."
Well, that's it, yeah.
He wasn't
it all needs to be
thinking
pristine, it all needs to be...
He was just thinking, "Well, this is my personality. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show the real life behind the scenes of it. I'm not copying anyone else. This isn't a trend, like you say. He's created it. Now it's a trend."
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to see if I can find one to show you, and if you can get your instant reaction. So for those of you who don't know, Headshot Toby's studio is based here in Spark House in Lincoln. They offer flexible office spaces, business mentoring, and even have virtual offices if you're not quite ready for a full-time desk. As a sole trader and a photographer with lots of equipment, it was really important that I found somewhere that had space for me that was affordable, so that I had plenty of room to grow my business in a way that was scalable. And Spark House may just be the perfect solution too for you. Get in touch today by emailing sparkhouse@lincoln.ac.uk, and you'll also find our email address in the show notes below. I'm going to put that on top. Perfect. So like, you know, it looks, the cake looks stunning. It's fantastic.
It's such a good point.
But you know, the fact he's just throwing those things on there and it looks like there's no care. But the presentation at the end is just immaculate. It's amazing.
There is going to be so much spit over that cake.
Yeah,
I can't get my food hygiene hat off and be like... Well, again, memorable, isn't it? And like,
definitely memorable, yeah.
And how simple, because he's doing that anyway. He's in his kitchen. He's not anywhere specific or anywhere curated. He's just there in that moment. It's probably not even got a stand at first. His phone was probably just propped up against the side of the kitchen. Like, it's genius, isn't it? But it's finding, I guess, what that is for you. And I think this is the hard thing about it, isn't it? Because if you do sit down to try and figure out how to be the most perfect, timeless, personal brand ever and be unique and do all this stuff, like, you'll probably never find it.
Yeah.
The finding it is in the messy middle where you're doing it and you do something funny or something trips up or something happens and then you just think, "Oh, I haven't got time to create anything else, I'm just going to post that," and that does really well and you're like, "Oh, my audience likes that, okay, I'll recreate that again and again and again, and that works for my audience and me." Imagine, it's crazy, isn't it, to think about it, but having to try and do that strategically for people who aren't marketers, who haven't got the degrees in here, who haven't got that side of things. I feel like just trying to empty their minds of all of this in a way and stop trying so hard.
Because I guess with that, you're going to come back to something that feels comfortable as well. And that's the important bit for being consistent going forward with things. Like, whilst you might ask friends for their views on what you could be doing, or you might have marketing friends, their suggestions might not sit with you authentically. You know, if they suggest, well, you need to go and record yourself speaking to the camera about this and that, if that's not what feels comfortable to you, you're only going to come across shy, nervous, timid, awkward, and not the things that you want to align with your business. So it's
hard, isn't it, sometimes? And I think this is like a difficult thing for us with this podcast, is trying to simplify everything in a way as well, and not giving our listeners like so much more stress to try and get some of this done and created and do things perfectly, because it's like, you're not marketers probably listening to this. You've got lots of other stuff going on. It's like, how can you take some of these concepts for yourself and turn it into your personal brand, not the viral personal brand that you maybe want, but your own personal brand. And again, it comes back to a little bit of that gut thing again. Like, I know I talk about this all the time. Maybe this is more of a woman thing, because we do have that intuition about us, don't we? Like, trust your gut. Like, us women know stuff. We know stuff. But it is that, like, trust your gut. Like, what also feels right to you in alignment with your goals and your ideal audience as well. So, like, positioning all those three together. What feels right to you? What is going to be right for your ideal audience? What goals do you have? Right, does everything align to those? That viral thing doesn't align to all of those, or not? Probably let's get rid of that then, and let's just consistently chip away again at the timeless, constant creation of consistency that we're doing, and trust that over time that will be fruitful and that will deliver what I want it to deliver in 2 seconds.
No, that's it. That's a good point.
There's
always going to be elements of change, aren't there, that are out of your control. It might be that within your business, actually, you want to change, which is in your control. So how do you keep your audience with you? There's environmental factors, things that are going on in the world that are changing things. You just mentioned technology. With AI coming in, that's changing a lot of things.
Yeah, and like things like new platforms coming along as well. So there's always new social media platforms as well as in there, and it's like, oh, the shiny new thing. Do we jump on that and go on that as well? And sometimes it can be quite hard to know what to do or not to do, especially when it is times are changing and things are changing. But again, I guess if you've got your goals and your ideal audience and you know who you are, you can adapt with them to a certain extent. Like, I think, again, we've spoken about AI before, haven't we? But AI as an example, yes, it's a new thing, but we can't lose ourselves in it still. So it's great for idea generation, or it's great to maybe use to create some content for you, templates, if you've prompted it well, if you've got your AI agent set up well and everything, then yes, they should be speaking like you, maybe a bit more than just if you just step straight onto ChatGPT and be like, create this post for me. It won't sound anything like you. But again, it's keeping you at the core of everything. It's your personal brand. So again, it's keeping everything as human as you can do with that changing technology that's coming in. So when you see a shiny new platform, yes, it's tempting because you've spent so much time potentially Instagram, Facebook, put so much time plowing into those, and it's like so much time, and you still only made a bit of a dent in it. So then when TikTok comes along and someone says, I got 25 million followers overnight, it looks like, oh, I'm just on the wrong platforms, let me go here. So it can be tempting.
Sort of shiny light syndrome.
Future-proofing your brand also looks like not burning out in it as well. Again, not taking on too much. So not going for the shiny one over there, maybe. Or maybe can you use some of the content you're already creating for the other platforms and share a bit of that on there if it fits. So you're not creating extra, exactly, but you're just sharing it in more locations. So it's, I guess, looking at it, how it works for individuals and how you stay true to yourself for the long term over time, and how that then will future-proof you. Because as long as you don't lose yourself throughout all of the changes, as long as you're still true to you, your ideal audience, and your cause, your mission, what you're trying to achieve, your goals, it doesn't matter what comes along. You can utilize AI to help you. It won't change anything for you. It will just help you do something. Or you can use TikTok to help you amplify your voice, but you're still doing the core things that you need to do. So it's not going to take over or take you away from that. It's just going to be an addition that might help. I think that's a good way to look at tech change. What were some of the other ones that you said about that?
Well, I think I find it interesting when businesses or personal brands look to pivot within what they're offering. So say you've decided, actually, this isn't the direction I want my business to go. I want to be seen as this in 3 years' time. So I need to start moving towards there now. How do you keep your audience that you've already got? Or do you want to take them with you? Do you actually need to start building a new community? Does your content change, the kind of content you're putting out? Whether you're doing funny, personalized videos or personality-led videos, is that consistent now with the new direction, the new goals? In which I don't know what your advice would be, but mine would be, I agree with you what you just said in terms of stay true to you and what works for you, and that you might find there is a drop off of followers or people engaging with your content as you start putting out different messaging, but you've got to go with what you need to do and trust that in that long term that it's going to be valuable and worth it, rather than thinking, oh, I'm doing it half-hearted, I'm dipping my toe in, and actually I'm just giving so many mixed signals now. I'm losing the people that are following me now anyway, because they don't know whether I'm this or that with my business.
There's always going to be that middle period with a pivot, isn't there? So future-proofing's fine, but in the interim of the future-proofing, there is going to be ups and downs and dips and different things along the way. Like, you can't help that at all. But
you're kind of putting new foundations in place, aren't you?
Yeah, sometimes you need those people to fall away so that the new ones will come in who, again, are aligned to the ideal audience you want to be speaking to. And that's why we say, like, revisit your personal brand kind of every 6 months and have that good think about, what are you doing now? What do you envision now? Because nobody stays exactly the same.
It's always evolving,
for their whole life. Yeah, it's always evolving. Yeah, so if it does start dipping, like, don't suddenly then revert back to some of the stuff that you were doing previously before your pivot, because you're thinking, well, future, I'm going down, this is bad, like, revert. Because actually it might drop down at first, for you to lose the attrition with the people that are no longer aligned to that messaging and wouldn't be of benefit to them or you, before it starts picking up with the new people then that do get it.
Yeah.
And this is why I always zoom out on my stats all the time. My stats are client stats. Zoom out, because it is going to go like that with content, like, all the time. And I know, like, even when I get like a viral post, I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. I know it's going to drop after that. So I don't sit and cry then for the next few weeks because it's dropped after that. I know it's coming. It went high and then it goes down. But again, it'll pick up again. And over time, when you stretch your stats and your analytics out, the curve does sort of go like that. But it's been like that to get to it.
I always liken it to, they say it's the same with maintaining weight. So if you were just trying to stay at one consistent weight, your weight will fluctuate. But that through line, or when you zoom out, the line is pretty much straight. But there will be days where it's up, days where it's down. Same with running as well. If you're trying to really improve on your 5K time, for example, your park run time, sometimes you'll be quicker, sometimes you'll be slower than you were last week, but it will be going in the right direction overall.
Doesn't mean that you stop your training, you never go do
you go,
running
you know what, I'm
again,
not going to bother.
I'm not going to bother with my diet anymore because actually there's no point. I put 1 pound on. Like, it's the bigger view, it's the bigger picture. Same with your personal brand, but there might, just know that there might be that drop off if you pivot. But a drop-off's fine. With a pivot, it's going to take time to rebuild it again. It's all good. But even with the drop-off, though, what's nice to know is that everything in life as well. You're not going right back down to day one where you had 0 followers, and 0 comments and likes or anything on your content. You've always got a little bit more than you had before, and a little bit more. So, just know that, and know that. Pull through that bit.
Stick with it. Embrace the journey.
Embrace the journey. Start picking it up again. Again, think long term.
Yeah.
Like, not, oh, I'm losing likes or anything. Future-proofing, long term. Who are you helping in the future with what you're sharing now? Have them at the forefront of your mind all the time, not the instant things that are happening. Because the instants,
So this week's action step is to have a moment of future-proofing reflection. So have a little think. Where are you heading with your business, with your social online platforms, your content you're putting out? What is the end goal? Because that particularly is going to inform what you need to be doing now. So working back from that future goal, you can look at your content that you're putting out now and analyze, are you just posting to get by? Is your messaging sort of giving mixed signals because you're just sort of doing things on the fly? Or are you actually building towards a goal? And if not, you can start steering that now.
So make sure you follow the Brand New podcast on all of our platforms that we're on, wherever you get your pods from, and also the Brand New group on LinkedIn as well. And please feel free to ask us any personal branding questions you have on that platform as well. And thank you so much to Spark House for sponsoring our podcast.
Here's to branding you.